Thank you for joining Eric, Justin, and myself for another episode of Dad Bods and Touchdowns. And guys, week 15 is now started in the books. So did our weekly picks start off bad again. Once again, Tampa Bay losing to the Falcons 29-28. Second field goal by Gonzalez to win. Not a lot of happy people going into that Tampa Bay locker room, losing at home and losing in that fashion, allowing Kirk Cousins to throw for 373 yards and 3 touchdowns. His counterpart, Baker, had 277, 2 touchdowns and interception. He was sacked 5 times, guys. A rough game for Tampa, even though they probably should have won that one. Your guys' thoughts on the direction that Tampa's headed towards the end of the season?
Todd Bowles going to get fired, I think, honestly. Their roster is talented as hell, and the late season collapse, he's going to get fired, I think.
Baker, yeah, I mean, it's wild because, I mean, they look to me to be top contenders. I mean, definitely to win that South, if not.
Baker looks like he's playing hurt. Evans came back and is playing hurt. Godwin's playing well again. Their O-line's above average.
Right, and they even got Irving back last night, too.
Todd Bowles is a defensive coach. There should be no reason their defense is that bad. You're a defensive guy. You got to go.
Right. I think it's more to do with the amount of injuries they had, and they just don't have no consistency or rhythm yet. I don't know. It was hard. They just feel like they're just falling apart at the end, and they can't figure out how to win games.
Do you think it's getting close to where they might even lose the South?
I don't know about that. I think it takes a few losses, but they always, even last year, they did the same thing where they kind of came back and found ways to win. So maybe they can do that again. Maybe depend on the run game more. They should have won against the Falcons, but then they threw that late interception, so that cost them. I don't know.
But if Carolina wins this weekend, then Carolina's got sole possession of first place, and so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying they have. There's more of a chance for Tampa to win than Carolina. I think Carolina's good, but they're not as good as Tampa.
Gotcha. All right, guys. 44-year-old quarterback Philip Rivers is now in Indianapolis. Guys, does this make them back to being contenders to win the AFC South?
No way.
I mean,
no.
Was this a stretch?
Yes, 100%. It's almost it's unneeded. Like, it's a joke, honest to God.
I was shocked when I seen it come across that they were talking to him, and I mean, I don't know what they're looking to gain out of it. I really don't. I know that they want to try to make sure the season stays on track, but you're not getting Daniel Jones back. Anthony Richardson is definitely not the answer. And I'm not sure if Riley is the right answer either. I don't think it hurts them, but I definitely don't think it puts them in any better chance of winning that AFC South. Maybe staying in playoff contention. That'd be fair to say, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no. I was baffled, Chad, when they honestly did it. Like, I did not think that they'd actually do it because of, one, how old he is, and there's other quarterbacks out there. Like, it also comes down to the point, like, how low is the talent pool in the NFL right now where they had to go sign a 44-year-old quarterback?
Right. And, I mean, if he starts...
hasn't played, mind you, who hasn't played either.
Right.
In 5 years.
If he starts this weekend, he goes against that Seattle defense.
He's getting fucking murdered.
I mean, Eric, what do you think?
They activated him so that he's going to start. He has no mobility in the pocket. There's no way he can do anything. Cam Newton said it, slap in the face to the NFL, and it's stupid for them to do that. They're not there to hire him to win them the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. They can't do that.
Right. And as you guys can tell, Eric's very upset. He's crying about it. So, but
Eric's throwing a fit with his kids, people. It's okay.
That's how Eric was on Sunday when we did not put our post-game podcast out.
They always lose to the Packers. George Love is our daddy now.
No, listen. We were close, okay?
All right. And then they go against San Francisco, Jacksonville, and then they go against Houston to finish off that season. And if Philip Rivers is still playing, that's 2 tough defenses in 4 weeks for him to face. And realistically, 3 if you count San Francisco, because Robert Saleh is still going to call a good defensive game. Anyway, I agree with you guys. I don't think that makes them contenders. I think that if anything, maybe holds them in the playoff contention. That'd be about it. So, which leads me to my next question, guys. With this injury with Daniel Jones, Achilles definitely out for the rest of the season. He was on a 1-year contract. We had talked about that in previous podcasts. Where does this put Daniel Jones for next season?
I think his career might be like done as a starter, bro, because that injury. He's not super old, but he was having a good year.
Yeah.
You get that injured this far into the season, he's out next year too. I think he'll be a free agent all next season.
Yeah. I mean, it's very possible. I mean, you don't think that somebody would hire him for maybe the quarterback room?
I think that's what Indy might try to bring him back on a cheap deal for.
Yeah. Keep him on the team so that way when he is healthy and ready to go, that I guess that's a good option. Eric, what do you think?
If someone's gonna pay him, okay, like Justin said, the NFL is like lack of starting quarterbacks plays, and you could see that with the Browns when they had 6 quarterbacks and they can't figure out one. So I'm just saying, somebody.
Colts starting Phillip Rivers. Breaking news.
Oh,
I just said that. I just said that. I'm saying, but anyways,
yeah.
What's it called? So I think they have a chance to, I don't know. I think somebody will pay him because, Kyler Murray will get traded, or somebody will be like, I can fix that guy and he can play good for me.
Right. No, absolutely. All right, guys. We just talked about some tough defenses that Phillip Rivers is going to have to face. I'm looking at some of the tough defenses in the NFL, and 4 come to mind, and I'm wondering which one you guys think is the toughest defense between the Texans, the Browns, the Broncos, or the Packers. Justin, what's the toughest defense? I mean, any of those 4?
I think that's hard, man, because the Denver has the sacks, but Texans are number 1 overall in every category. Micah Parsons is getting hot at the right time, and Browns have Myles Garrett. That's all we need to say. But that's a tough one. I personally will still go with the Texans because they are single-handedly why the Texans are winning games. When I would say Denver, they do have the sacks, yes, but Denver's offense has also won them games where, if you look at it, the Houston defense is strictly the reason they are even worth a damn, because their offense looks like a high school offense. CJ Stroud looks like buns.
Yeah, as I say.
Hell, I think there's a quarterback controversy in Houston. That's how bad CJ Stroud's been playing.
Yeah, I agree. David Mills might have a chance to play next year for sure. So, Eric, I know you probably think the Packers are probably the toughest defense, right?
No, they're fucking buns. Anyways, no, I got. We'll go with Houston. Justin already said all the main things. They have the best duo for pass rushers. They have a solid corner. I think they have a really good defense. If it wasn't for their defense, they don't win games. And Denver is also up there because Denver's offense is garbage, and they're probably going to lose this week, I think. So we'll see how that.
I don't think there's a wrong or a right answer to this, but I will say this. I disagree with both you guys, and you guys didn't say this team at all. The Browns, Texans don't lead in every category. Actually, the Browns lead in passing yards allowed per game. They're second in total yards given up per game. And I know one of you are going to jump in there and say, they're not winning. You're right. They're not winning those games, but they also don't have. You want to talk about the Texans having a bad offense? The Browns have no offense whatsoever, and they don't have a special teams. And let's be honest, their head coach has made some really poor decisions and play calling when it comes to the games. And to throw this out, they are like middle of the pack for running. I don't hold that against them, because when you're losing a game in the 4th quarter, what does that opposing team always do? They run the ball. They run the ball.
You're tired at that point too.
Yeah. So I don't hold them against that when it comes to that, just because that. And you said it, Justin. Myles Garrett is a bad man. To me, he is the most feared defensive player in the league.
I agree. I don't think it's close right now. I don't.
I think we'll see the Bears hold him nonstop, kind of like they did with Micah Parsons this past weekend.
One thing about the Browns is like they could have been way better this year if Kevin Stefanski wasn't such a fucking moron. Because like their run game is pretty solid with Judkins and Shedeur. Like it was against the Titans, but threw for 350. Like start him the whole year or don't start Gabriel at all and just play Shedeur. Who knows? They might have 5-6 wins, not playoff bound, but they might have 5-6 wins. That's just me about the Browns. Their defense is solid.
I agree with you because I think had Stefanski not been a bonehead and pulled Sanders off for that 2-point conversion, they have a win against the Titans. So, Eric, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I think the Browns are stupid, and why do you keep winning? That's not going to help anything. Everybody's like, oh, we got to learn how to win.
They didn't win. They lost to the Titans last weekend.
No, I'm just saying that the fact that you're letting your team be in games is bad when you're trying to get more draft picks. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know if they're at that level yet, but it's gonna be a tough one. Either way, all right, guys. Mike McDaniel's and the Miami Dolphins have won 4 games in a row. Is he doing enough to save his job for next season?
Yeah. For 1 year.
I told you the owner loves him. He's not going to get fired.
I think it's going to be a 1 year like gimme deal. They'll hire a new GM, and the new GM will say, "You have 1 year to prove to me that you can stay. If not, he'll go," and they'll wash clean.
See, I think that's kind of like a Bears move. I really do. I think that. It is. It's a Bears move because if they have plenty of times hired a GM or hired the coach and then the GM, or had a coach and hired a GM and said, listen, we want to keep this head coach at least for another year. And it never works. Let's be honest. Ryan Poles getting Ben Johnson may change the course of how that works. But I will say that I think Mike McDaniel's probably will be done. I think a new GM will come in and say, listen, yes, he closed out the season nice, but we need to go a different direction. We got to get players to play for who they believe in.
Somebody else will pick him up. I mean, he won't go.
No, I agree.
A job.
I agree.
The way he's finished out the season, the way he's turned that team around after trading Jaden Phillips, one of their best defensive players. I wouldn't be surprised if he got another head coaching job right away, or was an OC for 1 year, then a head coach again. Because the Duke could call an offense.
Yeah. I just think that if you hire a new GM, that GM likes to bring in his own coach and his own staff, and because he's ultimately responsible for the way that team performs in his first year. You know, we've seen with Ryan Poles when he came into Chicago. What's the first thing he did, Eric? He stripped it down, right?
Yeah, we traded everybody.
Yeah.
Flash sale.
Exactly.
But he also fucking was one of the reasons they hired Matt Eberflus. That fucking
he was not a reason. He was given Matt Eberflus. Yes, he's not going to fight that though. He's not going to make the McCaskey.
And he wanted to get rid of him last year before they actually did, and he was told he had to keep him prior to the season beginning. So that Eberflus, I think he worked with Eberflus because he had to. I just think that if I'm a GM going into Miami, Mike McDaniel's is good at what he does, but I want to go with my guy, and a lot of them do.
That makes sense. It also like brings up the whole fact, like if the new GM does give him a year and they don't get along, that's like, and they have to fire him, and then they couldn't hire a coach, like a really good candidate. That'd be like the Bears when they kept Eberflus for a year, and they say they did lose out on Ben Johnson because they lost out on Harbaugh. Harbaugh was like, I want Chicago. They kept Eberflus, and Kevin Warren was fucking bitchy as fuck when Harbaugh said, I want Chicago.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Still salty about that personally. I like Ben Johnson, but I like Harbaugh. So, like, I guess it worked out, but.
Yeah. With the way some of Harbaugh's coaching staff is working out, I don't know if I want to be part of that.
Hey, who gives a fuck? If he took the Bears to the playoffs in his first year, you would have been like, yes.
I was going to say, that's not on Harbaugh. That's on him.
I don't know. I'm happy with Ben Johnson. I'll take Ben Johnson right now.
I seen a meme about Sharon Moore, and it showed Harbaugh and Moore, and it was like, that's not how you cheat, Sharon. He was like, damn.
I did see that.
Just don't use DoorDash. It's plain and simple. Just don't use DoorDash.
Oh my God, right? Oh man, that should not have been his plan A. That's for sure.
Exactly. No, it was his plan B. Right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right. There are 2 openings that are already open for next season. You got the Titans and the Giants. Who do you think fills those spots, guys? We're getting close to the end of the season.
Can I give you 5 names and you tell me which ones you like?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. There's Vance Joseph from Denver, defensive coordinator. There's Chris Shula, defensive coordinator for the Rams. Jeff Heffley from the Green Bay Packers, defensive coordinator. Matt Nagy and Joe Brady. 3 out of the 5 are defensive coordinators, and then the last 2 are offensive coordinators. I mean, you can keep going. There's a lot of defensive coordinators: Robert Saleh, Jesse Minter. I mean, but it seems like it's a defensive kind of head coach year.
Well, I threw out this as kind of a hook, and the reason why I did that is because of my prediction that
New York,
Miami will be getting rid of Mike McDaniel. Is my opinion at the end of the year, and I see him fitting in nicely with the New York Giants. Just my thought process. With
Bill
the talent that he has,
Belichick will be in New York.
Belichick's not going there. He's not going there. He's not leaving Carolina.
I was going to say, after what we saw him do in North Carolina, there's no way he gets another head coaching job anyway.
I think Mike McDaniels will fit in nice there. They've got a good defense, and they also have a very good offense. They have Jackson Dart, which I think will probably be a very good quarterback for them. The Titans, though, let me throw this out there, Eric. The Titans, there's been a name flying around. You know who that is?
Who's that?
He was with the Cowboys. He was with the Packers.
Mike McCarthy?
He's fucking garbage.
Mike McCarthy.
He always has to get off that.
That name's been floated out there already.
I mean, they can have him. That's fine. I just didn't want him.
I mean, they have.
You don't think that's a good hire?
To be mediocre, yeah, sure.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
you can get you wins. He's like a Kirk Cousins of head coaches.
Did he not win a Super Bowl with the Packers?
Okay. Even a lost dog can find a bone. I mean, you just
no.
Come on,
be real.
Unfortunately, the Bears haven't found one for over 40 years.
It's been a minute. That's fine. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I didn't want him as our head coach. He would be a good hire for anyone else.
McCarthy's not the best coach, but he is not a bad coach. Like, he calls good offensive football.
Okay, so you're telling me he had how many years with Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre and only won 1 Super Bowl?
I think that's on the organization.
You know how many years do the Chargers have the best offense in the league and the top 10 defense with North Turner? They never won shit.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying it comes down to if you can make it happen, and he couldn't make it happen. I'm just saying it's like all these Packer fans have had all these years of quarterback play, but they only have 1 Super Bowl. It's the same concept, okay? I'm just saying you can't talk all this smack when you can't even back it up.
Yes, they can, because they are consistently good every year. Yes, there's 2 teams that really can
you
say,
can be consistently good. You can make the playoffs.
It's just the Eagles and the Chiefs.
Like,
that's it. Everyone else has been good. The Niners are constantly good, but they come up short. Does that mean Kyle Shanahan's a fucking shitty head coach? Hell, Dan Campbell, they didn't earn the playoffs. Is he a shitty head coach? No. They just lost
about
in the playoffs,
finishing. It's about if you can finish or not. Okay, if you want to say that you're a good team or a good head coach, you have to be able to finish. That's the issue. You can be mediocre
just
or
like
get to the playoffs or have a winning
couldn't
season.
finish the game last
This
week.
Is nothing to do with that. This is nothing to do with Caleb Williams or the Bears. That was not my argument. This is my argument.
I turned it into that,
but it's not going to work. Yeah, you turned it into that because you're trying to get me to get mad, but that's not going to work, okay? I'm telling you, the fact of the matter is
you're fired.
You cannot, Andy Reid, you can say he's a winner. He makes it, he finishes. But Mike McCarthy, no, he's not. I'm sorry.
All right, guys. Well, actually, Justin, who do you think fills these 2 spots? Let me ask you that.
I think the Giants, Bill Belichick goes to the Giants, and I didn't even think about the Titans, but I do like the Mike McCarthy hire. They have a young quarterback, and they need someone who's a proven head coach who can at least compete for the playoffs. I'm not saying win the Super Bowl, Eric, but compete for the playoffs and get them on that winning track.
Now, what about Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for Seattle?
If I was him, I wouldn't want to sniff that job. That organization is in such turmoil, and you don't want your first-time head coaching job to be a complete dumpster fire.
They are going to be building a new stadium there.
Yeah, they are, but at the same time, That
New
organization,
stadium, new team kind of thing,
complete dumpster fire.
The fact
wouldn't be
that Clint
surprised if he took
Kubiak
the
and Arthur
job.
Smith are candidates for head coaching jobs is crazy to me.
Hell, if
Okay,
I'm
we've
Clint
seen what
Kubiak, I
Arthur
want
Smith can
If
do,
I'm Kubiak,
and
I
then
want to go
Clint
to New
Kubiak
York.
is mid.
Kubiak's done a great job in Seattle with that.
I'm not
offense.
saying no, their offense looks good. I'm just saying I don't know.
And
If
he's
I'm
never
Kubiak, I wanna
he's
go
never
up
been a
north
head
to
coach.
New York with Jackson Dart. That's where
Yeah,
I want to go.
I wouldn't
Fucking
disagree. I wouldn't disagree.
much rather have
Okay,
Jackson
you
Dart as my
guys
quarterback
take
than Cam Ward.
Clint Kubiak over Matt Nagy because we know what Matt Nagy is.
Yes.
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 But it doesn't. Wait, hold on.
I would
hold on,
take
listen.
anybody over
Hold
Matt
on,
Nagy
hold
at
on,
this
listen,
point in
listen,
time
I
in my
would give
life.
Mike McDaniel a second chance over Matt Nagy.
Stop
Yes.
taking away. Okay, stop taking away what we know, right? As Bears,
He
like,
had
we know
one
them
good
as
season
Bears.
with the Bears.
I'm not saying
And
just
that was
listen,
because
listen,
of Khalil Mack. That's it.
No, it's because of
And Eddie
Vic
Jackson.
Fangio. It was
Yes.
because of Vic Fangio.
I agree
Anyways,
with you, Eric.
the only like I was saying is because he's been a head coach, he's been there. He knows how to be a head coach now. He knows how the system works. So now he can focus on the things that he didn't do right the first time. That's why I'm saying it would be maybe a better consideration because he doesn't have to take that 1 to 2 years to learn how to be a head coach and navigate that system.
No. Keep in mind, he's in charge of that offense right now. And
well, he has no
Kansas City.
offensive line or
but
capable receivers.
and
I mean,
he has
what
no
is he
way of
supposed to
fixing
do?
it either.
Well, yeah, because they traded away all their hurt.
But I'm just saying, I have no confidence in Matt Nagy. None. Zero.
He's gonna get another head coaching job. I'm telling you. He's going to.
I'm just glad it won't be Chicago. So I'm just glad it will not be Chicago.
Sam Fran, fuck Matt Nagy, that piece of shit.
So, all right, guys, gold or fool's gold? I really love this because it's a nice debatable topic. All right, my first one for us guys: Rams will win the NFC West. Eric, gold or fool's gold?
Gold, baby. I love the Rams. Their defense is good. The offensive weapons are good. They have a contender for MVP with Matt Stafford. They're gold.
All right, I have to agree. That's gold. Their remaining schedule is going to allow it. They got the Lions this week. Hey, they got a key matchup, though, in Seattle next week. So that could be a true tell whether they will or will not. But I think they'll come through and beat the Seahawks. Then they have the Falcons and close out with the Cardinals. 3 out of those 4 games are very, very winnable games. And Stafford is definitely at an MVP level. Very good team. And Puka is just crazy. So, Justin, gold or fool's gold?
Gold. It's not. It's yes. Gold. I think they're gonna mop the floor with Seattle. I think Seattle's fool's gold's written all over. I think we're gonna see Sam Darnold come out of last year in the playoffs. That's just me. Rams win the NFC West.
Yeah, we're all in agreement. That's a gold statement. The second statement: Packers will win the NFC North. Justin, gold or fool's gold?
Eric, you're gonna kill me. Gold. They're love doesn't turn. He might have shitty games sometimes, but they don't turn the ball over. They fucking control the clock. Like their run game is not as good as last year, but their passing game is starting to come on since Watt got healthy, and they got Jalen Reed back. I think it's gold. It kills me to say that, but their defense is fucking amazing. Jordan Love, he's decent. He doesn't turn the ball over. That's all he doesn't need to do, especially with that defense. Sorry, Eric.
Eric, gold or fool's gold?
That's fool's gold. You know why. Don't make me say it.
Why?
That's not being a homer. There's too many people in this division. The Lions are still good. We're still good. They're going to lose to Denver, okay? Denver's defense is better than our defense. Once Love sees their defense, he's going to fucking crumble, okay? You cannot depend on
fucking
a quarterback
homer, dude.
like him,
Homer.
okay? I'm sorry. Maybe they got an okay defense, but they still suck. They're overrated. It doesn't matter. We're going to beat them next time they come to Chicago, so it's fine. They're not winning. I'm sorry. I don't care. They could
biggest
touch
homer
the tip of my dick with their lips. I don't care. All right, they're sucky and fucking overrated. Jordan Love is fucking.
You should not be allowed to do a fucking sports podcast. You biased son of a bitch! Like holy hell!
Do you see this?
Like
this is why.
Yes,
okay, I don't give a fuck, Keisha. I don't give a fuck, Keisha. They suck.
Mute him,
overrated.
Chad. Fucking mute him.
Well, listen, hey, I'm going to have to agree with Eric on this one. Fool's gold, guys. I want you to think about something real quick. Their remaining schedule, all right, it's a tough road to win that division. They start with Denver.
Bears.
They have yet to beat a top-rated defense. The Packers have not beaten a top rated defense. All right. So they're not going to win that game in Denver. I agree with Eric on that. And I also agree with Eric that they don't come into Chicago and beat Chicago. I think the Bears beat them. And the reason for that, I'm not saying that as a homer. I'm saying that they're lucky they didn't lose in Green Bay when Williams missed an open DJ Moore. You know what I mean? So the blueprint has now been laid in Ben Johnson's mind. All right. If you don't think that Ben Johnson's going to scheme up a perfect game to beat the Packers and that Caleb Williams can come through on that, I think you're wrong. I think that this is a prove-it game for the Bears, and I think that they'll beat them when they play the Packers in Chicago. Then they go on to face a very, very it'll be a very hungry Ravens team and Lamar Jackson that probably is going to play out of his mind. I think they lose that game. And then they play a trap game in Minnesota against the Vikings. Did you see what the Vikings did last weekend? They didn't look bad. So, I mean,
Minnesota's defense is fucking legit still. Like, they are one of the best in pass coverage, and they still get after the quarterback. I think it's yes, I agree.
I think that they go 2-2, and I think the Bears finish 3-1. So, and I think the Bears win that division.
2-2.
3-1, baby.
2-2. We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
3-1. You know where that one's coming from? As I'm counting that San Francisco game. That's what I'm counting.
That one. Oh, I
think the Bears beat the Browns. I think the Bears beat the Packers. I think beating San Francisco and San Francisco is going to be tough, even with all your injuries. And then you've got Detroit at home. 3 of our 4 games are at home. So.
Yeah, but I think the Detroit one will be tough too, just because of the run game. I think the Bears will win that, but their fucking run
Jared
game.
Goff
I don't care
outside in the cold is not a good thing for him.
But they have Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery who can wear the Bears defense down, very much so. Especially if Edmonds isn't back, because their defense right now.
I'll tell you right now, if it's in the negatives, like it's going to be this Sunday.
Oh, brother.
Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery are not going to. Yeah,
I'm watching from my couch.
I just want to say I like the Bears' chances of still winning this division. Not saying that as a homer, just looking at everything that they have in front of them and seeing what the Packers actually have to face.
Chad, you give logical reasonings why you think. Then there's the homer over here, just like fuck him, I don't give a fuck, Keisha. He just acts like a little kid.
I mean, I just, it's facts. I speak facts.
But he doesn't give explanations why. You act like a kid and throw a temper tantrum.
No temper tantrum, just facts. Okay.
All right. Mr. Eric, what's your game of the week?
My game of the week is the Bills versus New England. We're going to see if the Bills can actually figure it out and win games, or if New England is really that team, the best team in the NFL with the MVP. So I think this is going to be a very good game, close game, and I am very excited to watch it.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree. Actually, that was one of my first picks. My second pick probably would have been the Packers-Broncos. I think this game is very important. Like I already said in our Fool's Gold segment, that the Packers have yet to beat a good defense. I think that this will also be a very strong and tough task for Bo Nix to come out and face that Green Bay defense also. Listen, they'll get after Jordan Love. How many mistakes will he make? Because the one time that we actually, and when I say we, I mean the Bears, got after him, he threw a really bad ball and it was an interception. So what's going to happen when he faces that pass rush coming down on him like that? It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Gary and Mike Parsons.
Yep. I think that it's just going to be one of those situations that it's going to be tough for both teams, and the team that wins this will prove who is the toughest team in the NFC to me and who is the toughest team in the AFC. Justin?
I'm going to go with the Bills and Patriots game. That is I think that's a game where New England clearly has the overall better team, but the Bills have Josh Allen still. So it's good. I think it's going to be close because of that reason. Unless he lays a turd of a game out there, they could have won the first game. It came down to one score, but I think we'll see. Hopefully, I want to see the Bills pull it out because the New England hype train needs to be derailed just a little bit. Braves is a good coach. Don't get me wrong. Their team is phenomenal, but you still have to play Josh Allen one more time in the regular season and then potentially in the playoffs again. Beating him 3 times in 1 year is going to be hard to do. Plus they have to play Denver too. in the playoffs, New England.
Yeah.
I hope the New England hype train gets fucking derailed.
Yeah, the fact that people are
agree.
like giving Drake May, like Tom Brady's giving him the altar, like shut the fuck up, okay? Relax. We're not there yet. I think
If I
they're a
had to
good
pick
team.
an AFC MVP right now, it would be Drake May.
Oh yeah, his stats are phenomenal. You can't deny him that. He'd be my pick to win MVP if Stafford wasn't playing so fucking well.
Right. No, absolutely. I agree completely. All right, guys, let's get on with our picks. I'll post our results up after we get done with our picks.
Oh,
all right.
Records are
I
so
didn't
bad.
start off well this week. I don't think, like I said at the start of this, all three of us didn't start off well. I had the Bucs over the Falcons. Obviously, they blew that in the last second of the game on a field goal from Gonzalez. I've got the Broncos over the Packers. I've got the Rams over the Lions. I've got the Patriots over the Bills. Seahawks over the Colts. Chiefs over the Chargers, and Texans over the Cardinals. Justin, your picks.
I got the Packers over the Broncos. I'm following Vegas on that one. And let's see if the Packers defense shows that they're better than the Broncos defense, because that's what I think that game comes down to. But like you said, Chad, Jordan Love could make a bunch of boneheaded mistakes because when he's pressured, he sucks.
Yes.
I'm going with the Rams over the Lions, even though my heart wants me to fucking switch that pick, but I got to think logically here because my record sucks this year. Let's go Lions, but the Rams are going to win that game. I'm going with the Bills over the Patriots. Seahawks over the Colts. There's no explanation needed. For Phillip Rivers is going to get broken. Chargers over the Chiefs. I think in a very tight game, and I'm biased towards the Chargers and fuck the Chiefs. In my wild card, Niners over the Titans. Give me my free gimme win, hopefully. I'm going to Chad route the rest of the season with my wild card.
That's the way to do it. Eric, what you got for picks?
All right, I chose the Bucs. I lost. Fuck them. I got the Broncos over Packers. And then I have the Rams over the Lions. I have the Bills over the Patriots. I have the Seahawks over Colts. And Chargers over Kansas City, and then the Bears for my wild card to beat Cleveland.
There's our picks and our results, guys. And rough last couple weeks for us, that's for sure. We started off strong, boys, but it's definitely slowed down. On to our Power Fives, and this switches every week, it seems like, guys. It's been an up and down. Parity is real in the NFL. That's Dustin. You want to start us off on your Power Five?
I have the fucking Rams at 1, Broncos at 2, Patriots at 3, Bills at 4. Yeah, they're a little down in the standings, but they still are the Bills, and they win games. Like, they shouldn't have won that game last weekend. They have the best quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion. And then 5.
No, Joe Burrow owns that one.
Yeah, Joe Burrow can't. Joe Burrow is fucking one hit away from retiring.
Joe Burrow is broken. He doesn't love the game anymore.
Oh no.
Joe Burrow will be the
all right.
Joe Burrow will be the fucking quarterback of the Vikings or the Rams next year if Stafford retires, I think. If Joe Burrow goes to LA, I am not watching football for the next 20 years.
Somebody will give them 4 first-round picks for that, man. And
the Vikings. You watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God, that would be so
all
sick.
right.
And
Burrow in the
NFC
I would
North,
throw up.
I would throw up. Oh no.
I would throw up. I would throw up everywhere, but it's gonna happen because he doesn't want to be in Cincinnati anymore.
Have Addison and Jay Jetta to throw to. Oh my
That'd
God.
be disgusting.
Hawkinson. That would not be good for us.
Okay.
Yeah, their O-line's not bad at all. Oh, yeah, that would not be good.
Let him go to the Rams. At least we only get
go to the North.
Year.
Go to the North. I don't know. Go to the North.
I don't want him in the fucking North.
All right, Eric, what's your Power 5?
Power 5 is pretty much the same as Justin. We got the Rams at 1, New England at 2, Denver at 3. Okay, I'm trying not to be a homer. Okay, I'm not doing it. We'll go Green Bay at 4, and then Chargers at 5.
All right. That's all right. Hey, we appreciate your honesty. Listen, I'm going to do something that I haven't done before. You guys are going to say you can't do that, but I'm going to do it anyway. All right. At number 5, I have a tie. I have the Bears and Packers.
You can't.
I put the Bears and Packers both at 5. At 5. At 5, I got the Bears Packers at a tie. You know why? Because the Packers have a tie. Because the Packers have a tie. All right. The Bears are 9-4. The Packers are 9-3-1. All right. I think that I said before we were going to split. That's why I've got them at 5, because I think the Bears are going to beat the Packers next week.
Fuck us,
on
right,
Saturday
Eric? We
night.
can't have a 16.
All right. Number 4, I have Seattle. They're 10-3. That defense is good. The offense is good. Number 3, I got the Broncos. Number 2, the Patriots. And just like you guys, number 1, until somebody can prove them wrong and stop Matthew Stafford. Carolina did a couple weeks ago. At 10-3, the Rams. So that's my Power 5. And I couldn't take the Bears off the Power 5, guys. I think that they are a good team. I believe in Ben Johnson saying that they're going to play their best ball in December.
It hurt my soul to put the Packers in the Power 5, but maybe it'll be bad luck. Fuck them. Fuck them.
All right, let's talk about it briefly, guys. We don't want to get as heated as it did.
I
Sunday
love
night.
it. Let me
But,
go in.
The Bears lost to the Packers. I think, honestly, the blueprint was laid for Ben Johnson for the game in Chicago. Eric, am I wrong thinking that way?
No. I mean, I went to take Leo to a doctor's appointment, and he was like, "You guys were actually in the game. You have that to hang your hat on." And it wasn't like we were blown out. So most of the times we go in there thinking we're going to win, and we get beat by 30. So I just think that we have a team, and we know what to look out for, and we know we can beat them.
Yeah, I agree. Justin, what was
2
your
things I'm not
biggest
gonna be-
takeaway from that game?
2 things, honest to God. Williams
Yeah.
still has still has to develop fully. He has to see the field better. And I'm not saying that to be a fucking
I
dick.
agree.
It's proven on that
No, I
final
agree.
play, like 100%. And also, in the offseason, the Bears need to get – I like their 2 running backs right now. Don't get me wrong. They play hard and all that. The Bears need to go in on a fucking premier running back because of Ben Johnson's system. Like, they need a fucking I hate to say a Jahmyr Gibbs, a fucking Bijan. They need that type of running back. If they got that type of running back, the Bears' offense would be so much better. Those are my 2 takeaways from the game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm going to not completely disagree with you. I think that Swift's time is going to be numbered with the Bears. I don't think you're going to see Monangai go anywhere. I'm a big Montgomery fan, whether he's in Detroit or wherever he is. Who he is as a player, who he is as a character off the field, okay? But the bottom line is I'm going to tell you, I don't think Monangai misses a step when it comes to comparing Montgomery against him. I mean,
No.
if you look at the way he runs with power, they're almost identical backs when it comes to that. The only difference is, I mean, he's not as proven right now at this point in time as Montgomery is. I would agree when it comes to the Gibbs and Swift. That's not even a comparison. I think that Gibbs is a special back, and if we can find something like that, yes, absolutely. If not, I'm not completely disappointed.
Trade up and draft a kid from Notre Dame. Love from Notre Dame. Yes, please.
Love.
That would be fucking.
I don't
Jeremiah
disagree with
Love
you.
is the next coming.
Yeah, he's a very, very good back. I agree. The Bears did drop that one 28-21. Eric, I know we're a little more relaxed now about this game. And looking at that first quarter, and I would say even most of the second quarter, Caleb Williams had his struggles with accuracy again. He did come through when it mattered, unfortunately, except for the very last play of the game. He threw some nice balls to some guys. That ball that he threw to Zakaris there in the end zone, not too many quarterbacks make that throw. Not too many wide receivers make that catch either. And the reason why I say that is because Zakaris is not a number 1 wide receiver, but he still made that catch. Williams made that throw. Doesn't necessarily make him the best quarterback out there in the field either. That's why I bring that up. What do we need to see more of from Caleb Williams? I'm going to ask you.
I think it's just nerves. He gets too hyped. He gets in his head, I think, the first quarter, and then he settles in. Ben Johnson said it best. It's up to him to get him situated and comfortable with this play calling. But it's all just time, repetition, and it will get better. I'm not worried about that. That last play, he said, what did Caleb say? He said Jordan said the same thing. He's gonna take those shots every time, and most of the time he's gonna hit them. So, I like that mindset, and I think he's gonna get better and keep improving.
Now, a question for you guys: what do the Bears do at wide receiver? Luther Burden is him for Chicago, I think. He is. Who do they get rid of? Do they get rid of Rome or DJ Moore at the end of the season? I think you have to get rid of one of them.
No, Rome,
And I
Rome
think
stays.
They're not
Rome
getting rid of
stays.
any of them.
Rome stays. I think DJ's gone.
They can't
get rid of that
DJ.
salary for DJ Moore, honestly. Try to get whatever you can
that's
for him.
That's a $31 million cap hit on the hit for this year.
Yeah, but it depends. Yeah, but it depends on how the trade goes too.
I'd say give a 4th round pick for him at this point, just to try to get rid of his cap. Worth more than a 4th, but get rid of his cap.
But there's a cap. I mean, the cap hit's too big. No one's gonna eat that cap hit. I'm sorry. It's $31 million.
It depends. It's his
first. It's his first year of his new contract.
Yeah, but he's a good wide receiver. All right, he is a good wide receiver. He just doesn't have chemistry with Caleb Williams. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, that's the biggest missing part right now, and that's not a knock to Williams, and that's not a knock to DJ Moore.
I think it's because
just they don't play well together.
DJ is he goes he freelances a lot, and Caleb wants to throw it to a certain area where he's supposed to be, and DJ kind of freelances is what I've seen. But I think that yes, getting rid of him probably be a good thing, but I don't think they do it next year. It would probably be the year after that, unless you find, like you said, you find somebody to take that $31 million contract for that first year.
You mean Kansas City?
Yeah, Kansas City. Whoever has the money. I don't know if Kansas City has that
the money
now.
Or Buffalo. Buffalo.
49ers have the money now.
Whoever has the cap space. All I'm saying, it's going to be hard to find somebody to take that big of a contract. And then the next thing is, do we? This is just off because I was going to ask you and I forgot to. But when you said that, it reminded me. Do we get rid of Jalen Johnson?
No.
We resign Wright and get rid of Jalen Johnson and get kind of picks like Sauce got. I'll do it. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
I would trade Kyler Gordon before I trade Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree
that
with
contract,
that statement. I would. Johnson to me is you can't get rid of him.
You can get rid of him. You saw you can play with Wright more interceptions than with Jalen.
Yeah, Jalen shut down.
And Jalen has an attitude.
How many touchdowns does Jalen Johnson give up last year?
That's fine. I'm saying it just shows we can develop corners and stuff. We can develop corners.
Nahshon Wright has done a good job, but I'm just throwing this out there because I don't know, but I'm going to look it up for our next pod. But I'm willing to say that maybe Nahshon Wright has given up more touchdowns this season than Johnson probably has in the last 3 years.
I mean, you got to take the good with the bad. I think Jalen Johnson is a diva.
You got to stop somebody from scoring. That's the bad.
He's a diva. He's a little overrated. I think we can definitely get a good compensation for him and then develop another corner to replace him.
Hell no.
He's a top 12 corner.
No. The only way I'm okay with that is if
he's been hurt.
The only way that I'd be cool.
He has
an
injury of injuries. He's
Caleb
not
Downs
even
from Ohio State in the first round, and then get rid of fucking Jalen Johnson. Like trade what you can get for him, and then draft Caleb Downs. Because Caleb Downs from Ohio State is a bad man.
Somebody will give you a first, 2 firsts, or a first or something.
No, they wouldn't.
Caleb,
no, they wouldn't.
Johnson.
Not with his injury history.
Yeah,
somebody would give you a first. I'm telling you,
his injury history's only been really this year.
Well, he has injury history from the years prior with his shoulders. He has a lot of bad shoulders. That's why he dropped in the draft. But I'm just saying he's a diva.
I'm talking about since he's been in the NFL.
He had issues with the shoulders too, Chad. Like his second year, I think it was.
Yeah, his first couple of years, he was off and on the field with shoulder injuries.
But look up to see how many games.
I'm just saying, he's a diva. He's overrated. I think we get rid of him over.
Overrated. His play speaks for.
Yeah, I said he's a little overrated. As Bears fans, we overrate him. That's what I said. Okay.
I don't think we have a better corner on our team. Period.
I never said we have a better corner. I'm just saying,
and we don't have anybody that
if we can develop corners, if
we
we see that we can develop corners, get rid of him while we can. And he's been saying, what did they say? Well, I might have to get repaid, even though he just got a new contract.
Yeah, but he's backpedaled on that.
I don't know. I don't like his attitude.
Yeah. Well, I will take him over anybody we have.
Yeah, literally. Fucking dingus.
Yeah. Nahshon Wright is not your answer. He's not your answer.
I never
corner.
said he was my answer. I'm just saying I'm giving you an option of where you can get
You
some
just said
capital
give him
for
a
him.
contract.
You can't. I'm saying for short term, like you can give him and save some money, get some capital from Jalen Johnson that doesn't play because he's hurt, and then that has attitude problems, and then be able to draft someone new with that capital and develop them. That's what I'm saying.
Well, we'll just probably have to agree to disagree on that one. But anyway, let's get on to a Week 15 injury reporter.
Yes. So the only one that is hurt for the Bears is Gordon. And then Rome is questionable, but I think he'll play regardless. For the Browns, like you said, it's a short story. Major outs for them are the two offensive starters, David Njoku and Denzel Ward, are out. And then a couple questionables on the same thing with Mason Graham and then one of the receivers, Tillman. But
understanding, by the way, I was listening to the Score and they were talking to one of their sister stations out of Cleveland.
Yeah.
They made the statement that it looks like the 5 starting linemen will not probably be playing this game.
Is most definitely the Wyatt Teller and Jack Conklin are out, but Joe Bonito, or however you say his last name, is questionable. And then I don't know who the fifth.
Jenkins is questionable too.
Yeah. It doesn't say it on here, but those were the notable ones on this list.
Yeah. No, I know.
So,
I'm just, as far as that's what the guy was reporting.
Yeah. So
their starters are going to be
maybe our defensive line can actually get some pressure on a quarterback for once.
Shador will throw the interceptions.
Exactly. He'll throw the interceptions and stay in the pocket longer than he should. That's what Shador's known for. And he won't pass for 300 plus yards when there's a blizzard happening around him. So,
well, not blizzard, but just lots of cold weather.
Well, I mean, it looks like a blizzard outside right now for me, so I don't know how it's going to be outside.
Gotcha. Eric's mind is a blizzard sometimes when it comes to the Bears. So that's the injuries, looking into it. Hey, guys, let's look at this game. Justin, we talked about it earlier as far as that Browns defense being really tough and trying to block them and out-scheme them so that way the Bears can actually get some yardage. How do you think the Bears fare this week?
Oh, I don't.
Against that defense.
Oh, with the inconsistent offensive line play, oh, God, it's going to be. I think Williams gets sacked 2 times, take some hits he shouldn't take, not going to lie.
Does Myles Garrett break the record against Bears this weekend?
No, I think he gets 1 sack. I think he gets 1 sack.
Justin?
I think he'll get 2 sacks. I don't think he breaks the record, though. 2 sacks.
No?
No, I don't think he breaks the record.
How many holding calls on him? Not on him, but because of him.
5 to 6 holding calls on the Bears this week. And I think the Bears will have like 250 yards as a team total.
Eric, I'm going to ask you the same 2 questions because they're good questions, I think.
He's going to get 1 sack, and we'll run the ball. Like I said, the weather is going to be hard to throw the ball, especially with the wind that they get there. So we'll get at least 200 yards rushing or 250, and then maybe a 150 in throwing.
Is Graham playing? You said he was on.
He's questionable. He's questionable, but he's not. They haven't put out the final injury report yet. So, yeah, and it seems like 3 receivers and then Njoku were hurt for the Browns, so that's a lot. And then, like I said, Denzel Ward, the best corner, is out too. So, they have a lot of injuries. I think if we can capitalize on it, and we should be able to do something against them.
Right.
Bravo Bears.
We've obviously talked. Well, the Packers didn't.
Exactly.
So.
I was going to say they couldn't beat them because Jordan Love was too scared of Graham.
Myles Garrett bent Love over and gave him no lube.
The BTA. So
yes.
We talked about the weather, guys. They're calling for it to be 13. Real feel of -1. Wind gusts up to 22 miles an hour tomorrow. It's going to be a challenge. I think that there's going to be a lot of yards on the ground as far as for the Bears. I think they can out-scheme. I think the Bears, even though we've talked about the hold calls against Micah Parsons last week, one of the things we did talk about that we didn't put out, but on our post-game pod was that They did a good job of having Kmet. I'll tell you right now, Kmet did a good job of when he made initial contact with Parsons and holding him up for a second for that guard or for Wright to take him. I think the Bears continue to do something like that with Garrett this week, but I don't know if they can slow him down as much. Like we talked about earlier, Myles Garrett is probably the most feared defensive lineman.
You don't slow him down. You just kind of make sure that he doesn't get the play. You know what I mean? He's an
Right.
outlier.
No, absolutely.
Real quick question, since we're talking about Kmet, just because why does he fall all the time? Why does he just not run after the catch? Why does he have to jump and fall every time? I just wanted to see what
you
you
not
thought.
notice that a lot of players do that anymore? They fall immediately, or
I
they
mean,
go
is
right out of
is he the
bounds.
Tyler Lockett of tight ends? That's my basic question, I
A
guess.
lot of but a lot of players do that anymore. You have a few that don't, but a lot of them go down. If they're a wide receiver or a tight end, they don't take them big hits anymore.
I was gonna say more like, is he injured and doesn't want to injure himself further, or is he just he's a Tyler Lockett of tight ends? I don't think that a lot of them do. I think it's a some amount, but it's not the majority. I would argue you that point, Chad.
You lose the argument.
No, I think it might be. I think they are, because the players are doing that because they don't want to get fucking their bell rung. Like, look at Rasheed Rice. He got his shit rung. Like, and I wouldn't want to take that through my whole career. So catch the ball and get the heck down.
There's no yak with him, Loveland gets some yak, but
but
Bears,
Loveland's also a rookie. He'll learn.
Bears also need
he'll
to get
learn
Loveland
that first
more
time
involved.
he takes
That's
that
just
shot.
My opinion.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Speaking
of, do you see those tight ends getting involved more?
I like it.
What?
You think those tight ends get more involved this weekend?
Yeah, they'll probably go a lot of 11-man personnel and hopefully get some quick outs or something. Also, how come all the other teams can do the quick slants, but we can't?
It's
why
because
is that
Roman
always a
Dunze
thing?
only likes
they
to
get
go
the
deep,
quick
and
slant
DJ
for
Moore
fucking
doesn't know what
50
he's doing.
yards. Like what? Every fucking time we
You're
play
right,
the fucking.
Justin.
Why the fuck do we play the Packers every fucking time? And there's one fucking quick slant, or the Lions, and they go for fucking 50 yards every time, bro. It's ridiculous.
Because we cheat our safeties up.
Okay,
I didn't
want an actual explanation, Chad. It's me
just wanted to say
frustrated about it. Okay,
shut up, Eric.
It's all right.
Stop bitching like a 2-year-old.
Why don't you go fucking cry about your 49ers sucking ass? Okay, you're Brock Purdy overpaid.
That's why they're above the Bears in seeding.
Okay? Kirk Cousins, they're not above the Bears in seeding.
Actually, they are
the same. What are you talking about?
They're
not.
Bears are at 7. Yes.
Let's see. Standings.
Niners are at 6. Bears are at 7.
No way, they're one above us. What a bunch of bullshit, bro.
I told you that.
They're fucking
10-3.
They're 9-4. What are you talking about, Chad?
Yeah, that's right. It's Seattle and the Rams 10-3. That's right.
Okay.
But anyway,
bullshit.
Conference play. That's why. So, all right, guys. Final score predictions for the Bears.
I think it's 21-14 Chicago, or 14-7. I think it's going to be a very low scoring game.
Yeah, which one is it? Is it 21-14 or 14-7?
21-14. I need a Loveland. I need 2 touchdowns by Loveland this week. So
that would be nice. I'd like to see that. I don't have him playing fantasy. I just want to see him do it. I agree. Low scoring affair. It's going to be tough to score against this Browns team. Actually, was thinking more like 17-3, 17-6, but I'll go 17-6 for sure. I think that the Browns do get 2 field goals. I don't think they see the end zone this weekend. I think that the Bears are going to force him into a lot of mistakes. I think Dennis Allen's defense is going to do that. I mean, with a full game now under Shador's belt that they can game plan against, I think they'll be all right.
2 full games.
17-6. 17-6. What's your final score prediction?
It's gonna be a low one just because of the weather, but I think it's gonna be 24-7 Bears.
24-7. So he's predicting that they get in the end zone. I say no. All right. What's that 49ers injury report look like this way? Is it this week? Is it a short
smaller
story?
than it has in a long time? So the rookie quarterback is out because his knee. Nick Martin's in concussion protocol still. Their D lineman, I can't even say his name. The D lineman out. Bethune out because his ankle still, and Gross Matus is still lingering with that hamstring. And the way for Matus and Bethune, it sounds like they're just giving them an extra week of rest because they're playing Tennessee this week. And I wouldn't want to rush anyone back either, especially you're on the verge of the playoffs and this close. I would sit them as long as I could, especially Bethune, Warner's replacement.
That's definitely shorter than what it has been in the past. That's for sure. That's got to make you happy.
Way shorter.
Eric,
still no Ayuk. He's done in the San
Tennessee
Fran.
came off of a victory. Yeah. Eric, Titans come off a victory. Do they beat the San Francisco 49ers this weekend?
I don't think so. The 49ers are too well coached to lose to a Tennessee team, but we've seen crazier things.
I agree with you. I could also say that I see this as a trap game too. I think that it's one of those that, like Justin just said, hey, you think they just gave them another week of rest because they were playing the Titans. It's sometimes that mindset that gets a team trapped into losing a game too. I mean, obviously anything's possible. It's in San Francisco though, so I don't know how possible that would be. Do you, Justin?
I think if it was a worser coach, I would say yes, but I don't think so.
Yeah, right. I think the Niners are fine.
I would agree.
I would.
All right.
Would I talk a lot of shit if it happened? Yes. Would I text Justin a lot of things? Yes. But
I would honestly not run.
Well deserved.
I would honestly not run McCaffrey.
Just so our listeners are aware right now. Justin has had some stuff that he had to take care of and was very quiet on our group text, and all of a sudden the Bears are getting beat by the Packers, and Justin is like a light bulb went off in his head and started texting like crazy.
I was at dinner drinking. Of course I'm gonna fucking talk shit.
So I'm sure if by chance the Titans do start beating the 49ers,
if they lose to the Titans, just talk all the shit, please. Talk all the shit. Like, I will talk it with you guys because I will be so salty. I'll have to go on another 2-week hiatus from that.
All right, guys, we talked about both the Bears game this week and the 49ers. I got one thing that I want to throw out at you guys and get your guys' opinion, and we'll start with the Bears first. On how they'll finish the season and will they make the playoffs, do you think, the Bears? Currently the 7th seed, by the way.
I could see it. I very much think they make the playoffs because I don't, like you said, that Detroit game in Chicago, that gives the Bears the edge, but it's still going to be very tough. It's a Dan Campbell coach team, and they're about fucking toughness, so I think Detroit will bring it, but I ultimately think the Bears will get that, either win the division or get the second spot and make the playoff.
Gotcha. Mr. Eric, you got your kids climbing all over you. I think I already know the answer to this, but do the Bears make the playoffs?
Yeah, they make the playoffs. They need to win 11 games, so we need to at least win the next 3 out of the 4. But it's gonna be a tough game. I know it's gonna be a tough game, but I think we can do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Bears make the playoffs, and like I predicted when we talked about them, I think they go 3-1 for these last 4 games, which puts them at 12-5 for the season. Definitely capable of making the playoffs. That I think they win the NFC North, so I think the Packers end up being that 7th seed. That'd be okay.
I need the Broncos to beat the Packers at least. We need some help from other teams, obviously, but I think it's doable.
That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. All right. Which brings me to my other. Do the 49ers make the playoffs, Justin?
I think so, yes, because their schedule is weak. The rest of their schedule is weak. So I think there's honestly the remaining of their games, there's probably one loss there. Very two possible losses against Seattle and the Bears, but I think they'll win one of those games. And Seattle, even though the Niners are beat to shreds, I still think that game will be closer than they think because it's a divisional game. And
absolutely.
And
anytime those teams face each other.
And that game could very well be possible from being the last seed where you have to play the fucking Eagles, or being the fucking 5 seed to play in the Bucks or the Panthers. So that's going to be a big thing. I'd much rather want to play the Panthers or the Bucks than the Eagles. That Eagles defense is still nasty.
Yes, very good. That front 4 is very nasty. I agree.
Jalen Carter's so good.
Do the 49ers make it?
It all depends if they can get healthy, man. It's hard for me to say yes, but
they're as healthy as they're going to be. They're as healthy as they're going to be. They are not getting any star players back. Like, this is what they have is what they have. And their schedules with the injury of Daniel Jones It makes
Yeah.
it so much easier.
Yeah, I think they're in right now. Their remaining schedule is very winnable for them.
You go 2-2. They go
I
2
make
and
the
2.
playoffs.
I don't know if they go 2-2. You think they?
I think they go 3. I think they go 3-1 from what I looked at. So,
3-1. They beat Seattle and they beat the Colts and the Bears.
The only
I
one
think
that's
they beat
really
the Lions
questionable
this weekend, or
Tennessee.
Or not the Lions. I'm sorry.
But
yeah, Tennessee.
They beat one. They beat one.
Yeah,
but what about the next 3 games? Those aren't easy games to win.
They're going
The Colts.
We talked
without
about it
Daniel
earlier.
Jones.
I think that. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think they beat
think
the
Robert
Seahawks.
Saleh.
I don't think they beat the Seahawks, and then the Bears game. I still think we have a chance to win that.
They did.
I know
Bears
it's
have
at
a really good
Seattle,
chance, but like Chad said, Robert Saleh, like he has no pass rush, and they're still getting pressure because this is disgusting. How this defense on paper should be absolute dog water, and they're still like a top 13, 14 defense. It's kind of bad. Like Saleh is that motherfucker. Dennis Allen as well, because the Bears are going through the same thing, missing top-notch people and disguising your defense.
Well, we're definitely getting towards the end of the season. We'll see how it plays out. I think that both teams are in very good shape as far as for making that playoff. So, just my opinion. Go ahead, Justin.
Big day, happy day for this Michigan fan. I'm not saying Sharon Moore needs to get help, and what he did is very fucked up. I'm not saying, but I did not like him as our head coach anyway. Bye-bye, Sharon Moore. Make Dan Lanning a freaking offer he can't refuse. That's who I want Michigan to hire, Dan Lanning. And that's all I have. Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Not going to happen. Lanning's
not leaving. You don't know
leaving.
until you say no. You don't know until you say no. It's college football. You can try to anyone.
Very true. Very true.
Realistic option is Caleb.
Mr. Eric, what do you got in closing?
We appreciate everybody. The Bears are going to beat the Browns. The 49ers are overrated. Michigan sucks.
Go paint your nails there, queer bag.
It looks like you need a haircut, Justin.
Nope. Army regs, I can have long hair.
That's all I gotta say.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Make sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram. We appreciate you tuning in every week. We are getting closer to the end of the season. As we do, we'll start bringing back some MMA, obviously with UFC going to Paramount Plus, a lot of exciting fights, and you don't have to pay for that pay-per-view. Hopefully we get to see John Jones at the White House is what I'm hoping for. They did make an announcement that they're only allowing 4,000 people to attend that one in June. So they have not announced how they're going to pick the people that actually are able to go, though. So that'll be interesting. But as we get towards the end of football season, we get into the playoffs, we'll fill some time with some wrestling, some UFC, and different stuff like that. But besides that, be kind to each other. We're out. Peace.